Hey, get away, Alex here. In this episode, we're going to be talking about a very special place in the world, a very special, very unique place for me personally, and I'm more than sure if you're going to get to know this place, you're going to fall in love with the hidden gem that located in the Caucasus Mountains. I'm talking about lovely country of Sakartvelo, or better known as Georgia. Not the Georgia in United States, but Georgia at the bank of Black Sea, among their rich culture of North Caucasus, the country of hospitable people and amazing nature. And I'm saying all this not trying to up to Georgians or anybody who's watching this. It's because I truly and honestly think so. To explain you why I want to talk about Georgia, I want you to spread awareness about these heroic people of beautiful Sakartvelo. I'm going to be using Sakartvelo and Georgia both because I think that's how they prefer themselves to be called. That's how the country called in their language. So Kartvelians or Sakartvelo, that's the country, and I believe Kartvelians, that's the inhabitants of beautiful Georgia. Because I have been to Georgia myself 2 times, and in this video you will see some footages from this beautiful country, so maybe it's gonna also inspire you to consider visiting this amazing, I don't want to stop saying this again, beautiful, amazing country of super hospitable people and a rich, very ancient culture. And the second thing, I really want you to spread awareness about what's going on right now in Georgia. So in simple words, the terroristic state of Russia trying to get its dirty paws in the government and all that jazz, and so far they've been very successful with it. But the people, especially the young people, the proactive people of Georgia, they don't want back to Russia. Because Georgia, like Ukraine, where I'm from, for example, Georgia has been part of the USSR, the communism, and if you're watching this, not from the communist country, you know, maybe in your mind, the ideas of communism, socialism, it's something, it's something maybe that has some positive connotation, but maybe for you, all those concepts, they sound very nice because they the idea of socialism and communism to give even things or even rights to everybody. I mean, I don't want to dive into the subject anyway, but believe me, as a person who was born in USSR, luckily I was 4 when Ukraine became independent. Believe me, for all of us who knows what Russia is, the real face, the true face of this terroristic state, we know exactly that we need to spread at least awareness of what's going on there. And then what's going on there, people are protesting against pro-Russian government. I'm asking you just to share the video, post something about Georgia, because the world needs to know. If you can help some organization there in Georgia, I'm more than sure you can find them as well. If you can help financially, you're always going to find some funds and different non-profitable organization there in Georgia. But then again, in a couple of words, what the majority of Georgians want. They want to live in nice, prosperous country with pro-European parliament, with European values. What Russia wants, they want them as a part of their Russian world. You know, an example of my beautiful Ukraine, as you see, Russian world, it's a disaster. It's a disaster that kills. It's a disaster that tortures and has nothing to do with the prosperous future for the country. It just want to keep the people oppressed and stuff. It's happened even within the Russia. You know, there's so many republics there, and there are so many republics stay oppressed there. But anyway, I don't want to talk about this terrorist state. Too much attention for them anyway. What I want you to check out this episode about beautiful Georgia. I'm going to be putting together a couple of different, so this is the footages from few different visits of mine. You actually can check out the original videos on my channel but I want to warn you, they are half Ukrainian, or they partially Ukrainian, partially English. I put them together at the time when I wasn't focusing on growing this YouTube channel, where I was not pursuing anything with it. I just post some videos and I just, did it for my family and friends just because. But now I want to show you the real beauty through some footages of mine that I took throughout the years. As I said before, I've been in Georgia 2 times. I think first time it was Gudauri, the ski resort, and the second time it was Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia. Both of the time it was, I believe, winter or around winter time. Maybe not the best time to visit Georgia. However, this country has something to offer during all 4 seasons. And again, I want to show you that this is true gem, the hidden gem of that Caucasus region and maybe the whole world. All right, without any further ado, let's see beautiful Georgia.
You know what is my thoughts all the time? I can see a river like this somewhere in the city. How nice it would be kayaking here. Hello from Tbilisi, Georgia.
And that's the way to Tatsminda. I hope I pronounced that right, because of uniqueness of Georgian language and the Georgian alphabet. Anyway, as per one of the local citizens of Tbilisi, as per him, this is the iconic view over Tbilisi. So that's how I want to start the observation of my Georgia. There above Tbilisi, you're gonna find so many hiking options, and there's a nice and cozy park, obviously with a great view. And just imagine this in spring or summer. I also was happy enough to be there during one of the excursions, so I visited that place in the evening or during the night. It was already late, and that's what you can see. By the way, churches here having their own distinct individual style because of the branch of Christianity, the Orthodox Christianity, that the majority of Georgians are following.
So I'm pretty amazed by Tbilisi. Maybe you can see it by my face, by the expression. Great place, guys. Kindly recommend you to visit Georgia.
By the way, I realized that I'm trying to spread awareness about what's going on in Georgia here on YouTube, also a little bit on Instagram, on the platforms that are actually for entertainment purposes. I decided that I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm gonna be calling terrorist state of Russia as it is, because it is terrorist state of Russia, because for 3 years I cannot go home, and I've lost too many good people. I've lost several friends, a couple acquaintances, one classmate, so I know what I'm talking about. And Russia actually occupied around 20% of Georgia's territory, and they have this proxy war already for more than decades, almost 2 decades.
How cool is that? Within the city, Tbilisi has its own waterfall, huh?
Yeah, waterfalls, caves, mountains, rivers, and all that can be found within the actual city of Tbilisi, the capital of Sakartvelo. And most likely you're gonna find yourself there, but there is a chance if you're gonna take a flight that you're gonna also go to Kutaisi or Batumi. There's several other locations that you could have visited as well, like Poti, Gori, and much more different smaller cities, towns, and villages. On the north of Georgia could be found Ajaria region and great port of Sukhumi, but that one is occupied by terrorist state of Russia.
In ancient times, men can visit these baths on.
How cool is that? I would say it's all Georgian history here.
And I haven't even mentioned the rich food and cuisine of this country. First of all, I'm vegetarian, but believe me, there's options for everybody. For me, for example, it's probably going to be hachapuri and my favorite lobiani, hinkali with some vegetables or mushrooms. But there are so many options, again, for everybody. And I also need to mention their wine, even though, again, not my gig, but it's very famous. The Georgian wine, it's like top notch. And we touch base a little bit on the river. So there is a river with the name Kura. It's pretty big river that flows through the center, very heart of Georgia. You can explore it from both sides, both banks, and obviously you can take a boat ride or even enjoy, beautiful view from one of the different restaurants at the bank of Kura. Also, a couple of words on shopping malls. It's they're huge, they're present there, and I went there to watch the movie in English, and I found it without any challenge. And then we went on an excursion when we found a new friend. I think my new friend deserves one huge fluffy like.
Не кусайся. Say hi to the world, huh? That's cool.
Your family, huh?
So this is my last day in Tbilisi. In a couple of hours I'm taking off, having my morning coffee, enjoying the moon. Maybe you can see it in between those two buildings, and saying bye-bye to capital of Georgia.
Also, quick story about Georgia. So I'm working on the cruise ships, and once we were having, I think, a Latin night, and we were dancing. And during the Latin night, it's like a social dance. We have usually band playing or DJ playing, and then you invite the guests to dance. So I remember there was a big group of guests, and they look very international, even though they were from United States. I kind of, or the majority of them, like most of the clientele at the cruise ships, let's put it this way. But that particular lady, first of all, she wasn't look like a person from United States, let's put it this way. And then obviously she got an accent, and she started asking me where I'm from, and I obviously asked her where she's from. And she told me I'm from Iran. And I was like, interesting. And I said to her merci, because I believe that's the French word that they use to say thank you. And it was nice. And then she told me, hey, I want you to dance with some other girls from our group. And there was a big group, so I don't know maybe they were the friends, some of them, they were part of the family. There was like a really big group, and they look very international to me, like maybe the first generation of immigrants in the United States. Anyway, and then she said, oh yeah, dance with this lady. And I started dancing with this lady, the younger lady. She might be her daughter, she might be her sister, she might be her friend. I didn't know, whatever. So we start dancing, and then again, while we're dancing, I asked her, where you from? And she told me, oh, I'm from Georgia. And I was like, it's so interesting how international is this group of people. So I said, oh, I've been to your beautiful country, and I know how to say thank you, and it's madloba. And I see that this young lady, she looked at me like, while dancing, like, what the heck are you talking about? And then I realized that she's not referring to the country of Georgia. In my imagination, if the friend is from Iran, she's from Georgia, which is kind of, the same region. I mean, very close to it. So I thought they might be such a mix, international friends and family stuff right there. I didn't know she's referring to Georgia in US. By the way, why people from US usually they just referring to the state or sometimes the city where they're from. They never say, oh, I'm from US. At least that's what I've encountered on the cruise ships. Fun stuff. Anyway, let's get back to beautiful Georgia. So in this portion of footages, I'm gonna show you the way to Gudauri, the ski resort of Gudauri, when we stop by one famous fortress. And this is panorama of Ananuri Fortress in front of Valley. I hope I pronounced that right, water reservoir. And you should see this place on a sunny day. On a winter, it doesn't look that welcoming, but believe me, nice sunny spring day. This is amazing place. And then again, we've met the hospitality of beautiful people of Georgia there in small town of Gudauri. where one of the most famous ski resorts in Georgia located. If you're professional, you're gonna find there a lot options for you. If you're not professional, you want to start, there's also options for you there as well. This Georgia hidden gem located in about 2 hours drive from Tbilisi, and it's on the north of the country. Very affordable ski resort. We spent there a couple of days, I think 4 or maybe 5, skiing every day. It's high up in the mountains. The infrastructure works well. And about accommodation, they have different styles and types of it. There's like a boutique hotels, big hotels. We stayed in someone's house, organized like a mini hotel with different amenities, with transportation, with a ski rental, and much more. But again, everybody can find here different varieties, different type of their leisure, their holiday. Depends on your wallet, depends on your desire, depends on your priorities. Now, a few words about the mountains. Well, you probably can tell that I was amazed by the beauty of it, and by that time that was the highest mountains I've ever visited, because Gudauri resort located on the elevation of 2,200 meters, and the place where the actual resort when we were skiing even higher, I believe around 3,000 meters above the sea level. I hope through my footages you now feel a little bit more connected, a little bit closer to a beautiful country of Georgia. So again, I want to emphasize that I want you to help me to spread awareness about the fight that right now beautiful people of Georgia are facing against the oppressor, against the aggression of this terroristic state of Russia, and we should help them to find their own pro-European democratic path of prosperity, the path of happiness, the path where they can just, mind their own business without any interruption from outside. So I hope you're gonna help me out on this. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.